Thanks for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be going over this MK808 I just got from on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. Click that link if you want to find more details on this thing. So let's get right into it. I'm going to hit Diagnostics, and it has 4 pages of makes. It's not just restricted to the US, it's got European and other makes that I honestly haven't heard of. I'll leave them on the page for a second so you can go through and see it. Here's the next page. Next page. And the last page. The guinea pig here is actually a 2008 Honda Pilot. So I'm going to select Honda, and then it has this auto selection feature, and you could click read VIN. It'll read the VIN for you, and then I'm going to have to verify here in a second. Yes, that is the correct VIN. Okay, it's all correct. This is USA version. So we can do an auto scan of the entire system, and that's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and do that just to show you exactly how many systems this will check for, and all systems. Just to give you an idea of how many different modules and systems this scanner can access. Shift to park or neutral. We are in park. Okay, so this is a lower trim level Honda Pilot. It doesn't have many features or I guess additional modules for this scanner to access. But I mean, here are the basics. The engine, transmission, SRS. That's kind of like I believe that deals with like the steering angle sensors, maybe some airbag sensors, things like that. ABS module, Tpms, body control module. So, and all these different modules that it picks up, you can actually go over here and click the blue arrow and access the system. So it says I have 2 faults for the ABS. Click that blue arrow. It's going to send me into that module to get some more information. So it's basically telling me it'll quit communicating above 50 kilometers an hour. ECU information, read codes, erase codes, live data, neutral test. Right away, we're going to jump into read codes, see what 2 faults. Battery voltage failure, internal power source failure. So the battery did go dead on this vehicle pretty recently, and these 2 might be related to just a dead battery. So I'm going to go ahead and erase those. Ignition on, engine off. Sure. Yes. So I'm going to clear these codes and just see if they come back immediately to see if it's a raw issue. No fault codes detected. Okay, but let's go back and let's go to live data to see what kind of data this shows me on the ABS system. So it'll tell me each individual wheel speed sensor mile per hour reading, left front, left rear, right rear, ABS pump motor. I guess that'll tell me the voltage being sent to the motor when it's in use. Brake switch, pump motor relay, all these different ABS solenoids. Every individual solenoid can be read on here to see if it's on or off, you know, working or not, parking brake, ABS. I'm not going to go and read every single one. Lateral accelerator, yaw rate, steering angle, engine speed, gear position. On the gear position, I'm going to go ahead and go through gears and see how it changes. Yeah, reverse, first gear, reverse, neutral, and it should go to park. Park, there it goes. Brake fluid level switch, it actually tells me it has enough brake fluid. Brake pressure, and a, yeah, so it's quite a bit of information for an entry-level scanner. I'm gonna go ahead and go back and let me show you the engine data that I can access. That's the main reason I got this. I guess 2 main reasons. It can read a lot of modules and a lot of different vehicles, and it has a lot of data. Let's see here. So this is the engine data that it offers. You know, I'm not going to read every single one, but there is a lot, so I'm going to just slowly scroll through and you can see for yourself. I'll read a couple of them. Okay, so RPM, vehicle speed, engine coolant temp, intake air temp, map sensor, more map sensor stuff, TP sensor, idle target, TP sensor, some O2 sensor stuff, fuel trims, all like O2 sensor and fuel trim stuff right here. I don't need fuel cut diesel, battery, displays the voltage of the battery. Brakes. Tells me if the AC switch is on or off, if the clutch is on or off. So I'm gonna turn the AC on real fast so you can see that live change. AC is now on, switch is on, clutch is on. Back off. EGR information. Rocker arm control, solenoid, that might be for like VTEC and stuff like that. Some injected data, timing data. Knock retard, knock advance, knock control, fuel level, 15%. Yeah, it's pretty low in fuel right now. Evap. Mail status is currently off. There are no codes being thrown. Fan control. So if I turn the AC, the fan should turn on. Yes, with the AC on, the fan's kicked on. As you can see, AC off, it should turn off. There it goes. Some key information: immobilizers run, idle alert completed. What is it? Crankshaft position, pulser completed. Lot of data. Misfire. I've had 10 misfires in the last, I don't know, long time, so it's pretty good. It has individual cylinder misfires as well. So it's a 6-cylinder, of course. 0 misfires. Here's a cycle that it's going through. I believe it goes to like 4,000 and then repeats itself. There we go. I think we finally got to the bottom of the list. That's a lot of data for an entry-level scanner. So I'm going to exit out of here. Read. This is good for whatever you're trying to pass a state inspection. Is not available for this vehicle. That sucks. I guess not every option is available for everything. Freeze frame data. This might not work since there's no code being thrown, but basically it takes like a screenshot of the moment your code was thrown, so you can see what the values were at that time to help you diagnose the issue. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's even TPMS information here. Let's see what kind of information that gives me. That's tire pressure sensors, if you don't know. Live data. Okay, so going through the TPMS data, there's for the right front sensor, I've got a couple reds here. This right front tire pressure sensor signal red, 255. Where was it supposed to be? It's like 20 and 30, and this is 255. It's like maxed out. So I guess it's safe to assume the right front sensor has an issue with it. Okay, so as I was saying, it does have a couple hot functions, and what that does is it allows you to actually control some devices on the like some modules and actuators, solenoids, things like that. And since it is an entry-level scanner, it doesn't have a whole lot of hot functions. That's basically pretty much what you start paying for when you get into the more expensive models of these scanners. This one here is about $450, and I'm sure they go all the way up to 5, maybe 10,000. There's really no limit to how expensive these things get. So you go into service, and these are the hot functions you can do, or reset. Again, I'm not going to read every single function, just kind of go through here and check it out. Yeah, it's quite a bit. There's even an additional page. So let's just check out the old reset. This is a Honda. Where are you, Honda? Try to find it while looking at the camera. Select system, USA. And don't forget, this is just a regular Android tablet. Well, I wouldn't say completely regular, but you can, let's see, access, you have an internet browser and a couple apps here. You can, so, oh, I forgot, let me show you this really cool feature here. Let me reconnect to this Honda. You can actually go to history and select on what you've scanned in the past. For, I guess, a quicker connection, you have to actually select every make, model, year, whatnot. We're going to go to the TPMS and read codes, because we do know that system is storing a lot of codes. So from here you can actually select the code. Here's like 11-1, for example. If you click search, and if you have an internet connection, it actually basically, it seems like it Googles the code for you in the issue, and it pretty much brings up similar issues that people have had across the internet. Bring up some images, I believe. Yeah, it's got videos, Honda error code 11, just to further help you diagnose the code. It's pretty cool. Takes you to various sites. It basically just brings up a whole lot of information on that code that's being thrown when you click that search button. I guess that's it for this really quick run through of this Autel MK808. It's an entry-level scanner, but it really surprised me with what it can do. When you start getting the more expensive scanners, that's when you have access, I guess, more control of the modules you're scanning. There's more, like I said, hot functions. It gives you more access into the systems. This is really good about reading all the systems and displaying all the codes and all the data, but it doesn't have a lot as far as control of the systems. That's the downside to this. But I definitely recommend it for $450. It has a lot of information that could really help you diagnose your car. So if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.